Welcome to Star Wars Action News, helping Star Wars collectors collect better.
Hello guys, we are here at the Hasbro showroom floor, and we're going to try to weed our way through the crowd of people to get to show you everything they have on display. Over here, not getting a whole lot of love because there's some cooler stuff on display, but here's a good look at the Millennium Falcon 3/4-inch Force Link 2. It's the test run Millennium Falcon from the upcoming Solo movie. As you can see, there we go, some better lighting. It's going to come with the Han Solo figure, lights, sounds, vibrations, Force Link 2.0, blast off handles, as you can see there. So there's a little bit of detail. You can see the front panel there. Looks like there's a little bit of articulation there, like that may move up. There we go, we'll get to the front of this. Looking at the detail here, I think if you give it a wash, it would actually look pretty good. You notice the single gun up top like we saw in the Lego version.
We just run out with the crackers as well.
The sensor dish is really flush against the ship.
Price? No. What? Oh. Nothing to resolve. Nothing to do with
Guns up front. Han Solo comes with a little backpack, but I don't think it'll be tricky to get any 3 3/4-inch figure in there. You know, it's reminding me a little bit of the Hero series vehicles with the paint that go on it and things, but it is kind of cool. It's similar in scale to the previous 3 3/4-inch Falcon. It's a little bit smaller. Again, I don't think that the figures are going to fit in that cockpit. It just doesn't look that way. But let's see if we can find out. Yeah, absolutely. It looks like this folds up here.
This actually comes out.
Okay, so that comes out and we get...
And actually fit another figure there. And this ship itself is going to be Force Link 2.0 compatible.
Okay, so that ship, the little mini ship is Force Link 2.0. Will a figure fit in the cockpit?
Yes, actually you have Han Solo in there right now.
Okay, I couldn't see him in there.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Of course he has to be in there if this thing's going to fall, right?
Okay, single character cockpit, nice.
Alright, now here we of course have your smuggling compartments.
Okay, smuggling compartment back there.
I have 2 of them.
Another one over here.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to ask you, does this Millennium Falcon look different to you in any way?
Well, it had the front, it's a different gun, it's a different sensor.
Alright, so I'm going to blow your mind here, ready?
Yeah.
If I can get this in. Okay. So here's what happens when you pick it up. It automatically knows that it's in flight.
Okay.
I can bank different ways. It's going to react to it. 2 firing ability. And then this is the second.
Alright.
And what's going to happen is if I click this button right here, we're going to go into flight mode. You got to get out of there. Lights are going to turn on.
Nice.
Click it again to go into the second mode. You can actually feel there's going to be a rumble pack on the inside, so it rumbles. We have to go full light speed. We're going to do this one more time. Chaos ensues. You have lights, you have the rumble pack on. You're going to hear this. An alarm, full panic mode. Panel snap right off. And then of course, once you take your mini ship out, now do you recognize?
Yes, now that looks like the Falcon we know with the panels in the back there. That's really cool. So,
Right?
yeah, that is really nice action features there. Those are really story-driven action features as compared to sometimes when it's just play for play's sake. That's very cool. Well, thank you very much.
You are
Appreciate
so
the demo.
welcome. Absolutely.
We're going to get over here to the Forces of Destiny figures, and I know a lot of collectors don't consider this core line stuff, but the discounts on these figures lately has really sent some people into a panic, thinking the line's going to die. I know people have really been going for the Luke and Yoda online. I did talk with the manager of this team, and they are going to continue in the spring of this year. Luke and Yoda should ship wide, and we're going to be getting figures that were promised and never released, like the Ahsoka and the Jyn Erso. And then, of course, down here we get the Kylo Ren and Jakku Ray 2-pack. So these are still being produced, still shipping. They're going to reduce the offerings this year. Sounds like a little bit of caution, but they should all be available probably at retail and definitely at HasbroToyShop.com. So as I kind of work my way in here to the figures, we'll get there. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, that is Padme from Attack of the Clones. I was looking at the package behind and just not paying a lot of attention. The faces, you know, they're doll-ish faces, so it kind of threw me for a loop. Thanks for that, Mike. Appreciate it. They did mention that there was some IDW publishing going to be coming in Forces of Destiny. I think this is the same Chewie you've already seen at retail. The one you and your daughter have been combing, Andrew. Okay, we have the blade builders here. Here's a good close-up of the Yoda and Luke there that people have been wanting. The Leia R2-pack, yeah, it is a little hard to find in stores, but it also has been going on clearance some. So while we kind of wait to get up to see some of the Solo stuff, here's some of the blade builder offerings. Some of the new hilts they're going to have. Alright, Force Link 2.0 Beast Pack. Here is the Wampa with Hoth Luke. These are, of course, 5 POA, a little bit more, it looks like, in the Wampa, but the 5 POA line. Back there we've got Maz Kanata, here's Hoth Leia, K2SO. Back there you can see Jedi Master Luke Skywalker from Last Jedi. Kind of a new yellow card look. Kylo Ren. Up here we have the Battle on Crate 4-pack that's hitting retail already or able to be ordered with Rey, the Rose with the removable poncho, the pilot, and the trooper. The Microforce line, I don't know if you guys have seen these at retail yet, but they're out there. Blind bagged minifigures, you can see the scale. These are probably just a ½ an inch tall. We've got Yoda, Darth Maul, Phasma, a Death Trooper, Finn, BB-8, Ghost Yoda, Boba Fett. Alright, back down to these 3 3/4 inch figures. Snoke coming single carded. We're going to be looking at the Emperor Darth Sidious with lightning hands. Hello, Asti. The Trooper from Solo. Chewbacca, Qi'ra, Lando. It does look like Chewie's a repack, doesn't it? Lando looks really cool with this scarf there and good childish Gambino likeness. Okay, we're being told that is a new Chewbacca, so thanks for that, Dan. Here we have, that is a Lando with Kessel Guard, and the gun comes in this 2-pack with Lando back there. And then the Mimban Stormtrooper here. There's Qi'ra on the card. And here we go, the Range Trooper, that's what that was called. And the Force Link 2.0 band. Now here's a completely different set, a totally muddy Han and Chewbacca set with a gun that's coming in one of the 2 packs. Take a look at this. And then here's the basic Han Solo. A couple other things we got on display here. There is this Millennium Falcon down here, much smaller than the other one. It is Force Link 2.0. And it's just, it makes sounds. You can kind of wear the Force Link band with it and play around. You can kind of see this kid. Then they also have the Titan Hero series figures for Solo. Han, Chewbacca, Qi'ra, Lando. Look at all kinds of stuff. Stormtrooper. There's the package. So we're getting over here to the big thing of the hour, the sale book. They're basically doing a Kickstarter. They are allowing you to fund the project and pre-order this at $500, and it is at HasLab. Hasbro.com/HasLab. And if they get 5,000 orders by April, then the project will be funded, and people who backed it will be sent this Falcon. It is the biggest Star Wars vehicle they've ever made. It is over 4 feet long. It has cloth sails. It has panels. They work with Lucasfilm to design it. Yes, it is 3.25 scale. You got the cockpit in there. Here, you've got the mummified Ithorian that was in Jabba's dungeon on the Barge.
I just had to rearrange some of the parts. On these, I don't even know what those are.
You get the blasters on the top.
Little guys, the little.
Look at how great the sails are. It's hard to believe they're cloth. We're not allowed to touch the stuff here at the show, but really hard to believe they pulled off that look with cloth. You can see how big this is. This is a 3 3/4 inch scale job that you're going to get if this gets funded and you order. Take a look at how small that Jabba is on this ship. Think about how big a 3 3/4 inch Jabba is.
Well, with everyone's
and just
help,
look at how small it is. And it's going to be a new Jabba. They're going to try to use the photo printing to get.
I'm on my block. It's going to be in a box this big. It basically comes in the box this size, with a few little snap-ons.
What'd you guys base the packaging on?
It'll be vintage.
Yeah, it's going to be vintage packaging.
Is it straight to similar one that we saw?
I asked Steve Evans if this will be available at retail if it gets funded. Like, will you get a chance to see this in store? The answer is probably not. And if it does go to stores, though, it will have different packaging. It's a question of will the retailer support it. But if a retailer wanted the Barge, they would look at releasing it in different packaging. But take a look at just how incredible this is. And this is just, of course, the prototype, unpainted, 3D printed.
Not all of them, but a good portion of the show.
Developed by Mark Boudreau, who has put so much detail into this. Look at the little stairways that actually lead to flip-up panels. But yeah, it is something you can go pledge for right now, $499.99 at Hasbro.com/HasLab, and they're looking at doing more of this in the future.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's one of the exciting things of working on Star Wars toys is when you get those opportunities.
Now we decided to pull the pin.
Mike, 500 is expensive, but they had said that they wouldn't be able to do this for less than 500, and they just didn't think the support was there at retail. So I'll tell you guys, I'm going to be going back to my hotel room after we leave here and pledging 500 for this, and consider if I need two. One to open, one to keep in box. But then it would ship directly to you. Now, bad news for international listeners. There is some trouble with getting it shipped overseas. So If you're in the UK, this is not available due to the shipping costs and such. So you'd have to work with somebody from the States to try and see if you have a good friend who would pledge $500 for you and then ship this to you in a box that's, going to be several feet long and probably over the dimensional weight. If you get it, it looks like you definitely get the Ithorian, and then there's a Boba Fett and a Nikto over here. Do the Boba Fett and the Nikto come with it as well? No. Okay, so... yeah, I mean... for $500, a couple 5 POA might be a little too much to ask, I guess. I bet you do.
If you wanted to have a few figures, just so if you wanted to take a shot with a 3 3/4 inch figure, you'd see a good scale representation.
Do the panels come off on both sides or just the one?
Just the one, because it was really important to keep a nice, strong structure.
Okay.
We did open some of the shutters.
Okay, yeah. That's just incredible, though. Just amazing. And I'll tell you from experience, people watching at home, this feels big here, but it always feels bigger when you get it at home. And you've got the stuffed Rancor here that was apparently on the wall. I've never noticed that detail, but there was a stuffed Rancor. So this could be yours if you can pledge the $500 and if 5,000 Star Wars fans join you. Mark, incredible work, sir. Just absolutely incredible.
Hope everybody loves what they see.
Man.
We really enjoyed working on this, and we can't wait for it to go to the next step, which is painting it. We started painting a little bit here and there for the show, just to give a little color to it. But we're really, and it's going to be all weathered out, so we're not going to spare no expense, as someone might have said. That's another property with it. But
So I'm
anyway.
going to ask you a question now. Spare no expense.
By the way, according to this card, the barge weighs 14 pounds. Now, Mike, I did ask. I talked about it a little bit earlier. Will this be available if you don't back it? Will it be available at retail? And the answer was maybe. If a retailer wanted to sell it, then they would look at doing it in different packaging. But they just don't know if any retailer would want to spend, 5 feet of shelf space and sit on a $500 item. And so if they did go to retail, it would be in a different box, but that's a pretty big if. And it only would happen if people back it. So if people are sitting around waiting for retail and don't back it, then it's never getting made to begin with. It's a wonderful gamble. I actually applaud Hasbro for doing this. It's, they have been saying people won't pay this and that it can't be supported, so they costed it out. They saw how much they had to do. I mean, it's $2.5 million. If there's, somebody very wealthy out there who wants this badly enough to fund it for $2.5 million alone, go right ahead. Sure, they'll take that, but that's what it would take in order for them to justify making this. So that's 5,000 units sold at $500 apiece. It really, makes a lot of fans put their money where their mouth is and see if it's something they really would support. There's so many people who want this kind of stuff, and yet with things like the BB-8 playset and whatnot, they wait for clearance and see it go on sale and buy it then. And if this came out at $500, how many people would sit around and wait and say, maybe I'll get it on sale, maybe I'll see it on Amazon for $300? So this takes that out of the equation. You pay full price to back it, or it won't ever get made. We're going to get back here and see if we can get some of the look at the vintage figures now that are going to be coming out. First of all, we got the Black Series Vader helmet over here, just something to take a look at that's going to be coming out. 2 pieces, just like in the movie. The lights in here are showing off every fingerprint, every mark on it. And we'll be getting back there to the Black Series and the Vintage Collection here in a minute. The Centerpiece series. I picked up the Luke and the Vader for $20 a piece at Best Buy. But it looks like that series will be continuing. They're doing a Kylo Ren Centerpiece, and that is the blaster that he caught at the beginning in that badass scene at the start of The Force Awakens. Poe takes a shot at him, and Kylo Ren just stops it midair. There it is in this new centerpiece that's going to be shipping in the spring. Will I be lucky enough to get that for $20? Now on the end there, we can see Woody Harrelson's character from the Solo film, with Han Solo from the new film next to him. Boxed behind there is the Han Solo. Here's a shot I can get of the Black Series. What is that weapon called? The Riot Control Baton. Thank you. The one that the Stormtrooper used to attack Finn. No word of a packaging refresh for 6-inch. As you can see, all the Solo stuff's going to be in the same packaging as the other. Yeah, there is a 6-inch Black Series Gamorrean guard down there that is absolutely incredible. I really do like the look of the Range Trooper. I know Justin kind of parted it out as various things, but Lando. And there's Qi'ra back there, and that has a real detailed outfit to her. We can focus in on that. And here is the Porg 2-pack that Marjorie will be buying every single one of that she sees. And I'll probably have to order a case of them online. Notice the packaging's not quite like any other series they have, 3 3/4 or 6 inches. Down here with the 6-inch figures, but I don't know that they wouldn't fit pretty well with 3 3/4 either. Now here, let's take a look at some vintage figures that are going to be coming out in April. We again have basically the exact same Han Solo figure lineup, only in 3 3/4 inch super articulated. There's a Supreme Leader Snoke coming out in the line, and Jyn Erso. Snoke. We've got the really weathered trooper here. Snoke, as far as I know, does not have break-apart action, but he does have a lot of detail in that face. Here's the Dr. Aphra figure that's going to be out in vintage. You can see the tattoos there. Rey and Jyn. Then back down here in the 6-inch series, we've got Hoth Leia on display. I didn't know that we'd be seeing her on display. They announced her. What an amazing face paint there. The great quilted outfit. Forlom. Now, my favorite figure reveal of the whole thing, the Gamorrean, with soft goods skirt here, big axe. Rebel Trooper. Standing behind the Vice Admiral from Last Jedi, Holdo. Because, you know, everybody was... Yes, the Gamorrean does have an articulated jaw. And, of course, everybody has always wanted a Laura Dern action figure. Hasbro has known, whether it be Wild at Heart or whatever, or Jurassic Park, people are wanting a Laura Dern, so here's your Laura Dern in all soft goods figure. And then Zuckuss here. If memory serves, I'd have to check my notes. I believe Zuckuss is a Target exclusive. skiff Lando back there to go with him. Now up here in the vintage collection, 3 3/4 inch, we have the Imperial Combat Assault Tank. Take a look at this. The weathering, the detail, the deco is what, you know, collectors want in a vehicle as opposed to kids. You got the open hatch there. There's apparently a cup holder on the dash. You get the pilot figure with it. We'll finish off the 3 3/4 inch here. Rey Jakku carded. Cassian Andor. We've got Rey with the headgear removable. Kylo Ren. Ahch-To Luke. First Order Stormtrooper. And take a look at the cards on these. And finally, the Rebel Hoth Soldier. Down here we've got Gree and Rex. And another 3-pack of R2 units coming to Amazon. I believe their presentation said that was R4D8, but that looks like, or R5D8, but I'm pretty sure it's R5D4.
R2X2 is one.
R2X2,
Yeah.
R2D2.
And you called him Green, it's Wolf.
Wolf, but what about, that's R5D4, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, the presentation had an 8.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. It was a black, yeah.
Okay, Wolf and Gree, that is it. Thank you. Not all up on the Clone Wars later seasons. And then there's that Black Series blaster, or the control baton. All right, we'll get out of this corner now and take another look at the Barge, because this may be the only time anybody ever sees the Barge in person. Take a look at the back of it here. These windows do open, so you can throw people out of them. And that's it from the Star Wars presentation here. Thank you for watching. We'll have pictures up online later. Go to hasbro.com/HasLab and get your order in. Post if you have backed the project to get the Stale Barge Day 1.
Thanks for watching this video. You can see full episodes of Star Wars Action News with more collecting news and reviews at swactionnews.com. We also have thousands of toy and collectible photos in our photo gallery. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. May the pegs be stocked and the Force be with you.